Hi, is this Michael?
Yes.
Hi,
How you
Michael.
doing?
It's Harry Davies here from MMA Latest News. How's your Monday going so far, mate?
All good, all good. Just normal, preparing for this Friday event.
Yeah, I've been pestering Danielle to try and speak to you for ages, so it's good to talk to you. And my first question is, I'm sure you know what it is. We're 5 days out now, and I still don't think we have a named opponent. I mean, can you break the news? Who you be fighting this Friday?
Actually, couldn't even tell you a name right now. I know I've got an opponent, but I haven't even looked at him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it had changed so many times. So we had someone, then we didn't have someone, then we had another person, and they fell out. And I was just tired of watching. So, for me, it was a case that.
Hello. Sorry, I missed that last bit. What did you say? I heard you say. For me, it was a case of
Yeah. So for me, it's just a case of just turning up and firing punches at whoever's across the ring.
I see. So it's like, was there any fear that it wasn't going to happen, given like how many opponents you said? I think you had one pulled out and then another pulled out. Did you think? I mean, I'm sure you were supposed to make your debut on the Hey Bellew card, and that was supposed to be months ago. So did you think again it was going to be a case of?
That was due to slightly different reasons. It was more that one was more a case of getting the sign off from Bellator.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why that one didn't really go ahead. This one had nothing to do with the opponent. This one was obviously more the opponent, but for me, my coaches seemed to be sure that we'd find somebody, but this is why I don't like to pay too much attention to it. Otherwise, it's added stress that will I be fighting this and that? So I didn't even want to think about it. In my head, I was fighting on Friday, so I just do what I need to do to get to the weight that I need to fight at, and then that's it.
Okay, I see. So is this fight for 10 or 12 rounds, Michael?
It's not. I think I believe again. Depending on the opponent now, I think it was 6 rounds.
Oh, okay. So it's. I mean, I was going to ask because obviously, if it would be 10 or 12, it'd be much longer than an MMA bout, which is a standard 15 bout. But I think given it's 6 rounds, it's about the same, isn't it? So it's not like the preparation's been different, has it?
The preparation has been a lot different, but more a case of obviously what I'm doing now, and I'm having to stress out my shoulders and the core a lot more than I would normally have to.
Yeah.
Where I get the kicking, the distance as well is very different. So getting used to having people a bit closer. Fighting in a ring is different. Fighting in even the cages that I normally fight in is actually round cages, so just getting used to corners and stuff as well. So yeah, there's still a lot of different things you have to prepare for. But at the same time, I've done it before, just not to this extent.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm familiar with it, but my body wasn't really used to it. So it was just a case of getting my body used to the different stresses that you're putting it through.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously we know you train out of the renowned London Shoot Fighters gym, but like you said, given the preparation's been a lot different, have you gone elsewhere to train more often? I mean, where have you been for training?
Yeah, so obviously still at London Shoot Fighters, working with Steve, our boxing coach over here, and obviously my normal 2 coaches, Alexis and Tool, but also be going to David Hayes' gym, working with Ishmael Salas. He's trained 19 world champions, very credible coach, very nice style. He's got Cuban background, so if anybody follows boxing, you know that these guys really know what they're talking about when it comes to boxing. The Cuban style's an amazing style, and it just suits me well. We get along very well, and I'm enjoying the added tips that he's giving me as well.
Okay, so regardless, I mean, of this fight's outcome, will the next fight be in MMA? Like, is this kind of like a 1-fight deal for Hayes Promotion, or what?
No, not at all. I said to people, I'm taking it seriously. Otherwise, I would have just done a super fight against, some big name somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I might as well have just done the same thing as McGregor, but I am taking it seriously. This is why I can't just jump into a 12-round fight. I need to adjust my body and get it prepared for boxing. So, I imagine I've just done the Olympics and I've just finished the Olympics, and then I've come out and I've taken the necessary steps to then go
Yeah, like you said, like there's no after this fight, there's no plans on going back to Bellator, or there's no plans on going straight into Hay. Like, you'll just take it as it comes, kind of thing.
There's no plans. Yeah, there's no plan anything specific. I'd like to have an MMA fight for the end of this year if I have the chance to. So, and that's just for me. I'd like to. I haven't had a fight in MMA this whole year, so I'd actually just for the sake of having a fight this year, I'd like to have a fight. So potentially, but then another opportunity for boxing may come up, and I might get a chance to jump on that. So
yeah,
it just depends.
Okay, I see. So your friend, coach, and I mean, can we call him your boss now? David Hay. He's making an unlikely return, and I say unlikely because it kind of came out of the blue, to be honest. And I'm just wondering what your thoughts on the rematch with Bellew. How do you think it will go down, given the unfortunate outcome of the first fight and the injury sustained in the fight?
Yeah, I think it was a lot of what happened was to do with the injury. I absolutely enjoyed that fight. Mm-hmm. I was there. I was right behind his corner, and seriously, it was a Rocky movie. So just for both of them, they did amazing. They're both warriors. And then even finding out, obviously we knew about the injury with David Hay, but I found out after that Bellew had broken his hand as well. So
yeah.
Just for both of them, they were absolute warriors in that fight. So just they had to do a second one, just so there's no excuses of injury and anything. But I think he was winning up until that point. So if I was to go based on that, I'd say David has a good chance of coming back and winning that. But he has to be sharp. He wasn't as sharp as he could have been the last time, so I think he can do a lot more work training and be a little bit more sharper just to guarantee the win. I think he did underestimate Bellew at the time. I think he was looking a bit past Bellew at some bigger names and bigger fights, but I think now Bellew's earned that respect, and that basically should make David Hay a bit more dangerous, because now he actually is focusing at you, and kind of knows what you have to offer. So yeah, I think it's going to be another amazing night. I'm definitely going to be there, and I would give it to David.
Okay, I see. So I've got to ask this because although it was a while ago, I'm sure you relive it a lot. So how was the whole Mayweather-McGregor experience? Because I saw you on the likes of Sky Sports. I think they even labelled you a UFC fighter on there, which is quite quite bad. But and I also think you went out to Vegas to commentate for 5 Live. Like, how was that whole experience?
Yeah, you know what? There's a couple of things that I thought was amazing. A couple of things that I thought wasn't so good. The atmosphere, the that the Irish fans bring when they're traveling is unbelievable, and it's jolly as well. Sometimes you can get the wrong type of fans come over, and they cause more trouble than they do. These guys were absolutely amazing. They were just singing and dancing. It just lifted everybody around them, and were just genuinely happy to be there. But I do believe that they overpriced the event. And for example, at the weigh-in day before the fight, the atmosphere in there was just electric. When McGregor was announced walking out, it was unbelievable. And then obviously you hear the booties when McGregor was coming out. It was just a roar. So then the next day, it felt like the atmosphere was left outside. So a lot of people came over to be in Vegas at the same time, but didn't actually or couldn't afford to be in the arena for the fight. So it kind of killed the atmosphere, in my opinion. There was like ridiculous amount of empty seats that you kind of wouldn't have expected for such a spectacle. And I do believe it's just because they overpriced themselves, and they had to cheek. Some of the fighters on the undercard were asked to leave. Their corners and stuff were asked to leave afterwards, and then have to pay tickets to then try to come back in, which I think is ridiculous. If they're going to be a part of your show, they should be a part of the whole show. And I think they were being a bit unnecessarily greedy and money hungry. But outside of that, I was proud of what McGregor did, because boxing is hard, and now that I'm doing it as well, it is ridiculously hard to change over. So but I'm happy what he did, and I think if he wanted to take it seriously, he could actually come back into boxing and do well.
Yeah, I see. So I've got to ask about Bellator? Because from the outside looking in, it's quite unclear. Like, how's the relationship at the moment with them, and how many fights do you have left on the contract for Bellator?
Yeah, so I've still got a couple of fights with them. I get on with most of the guys in the Bellator. They're a very small family, and they do well. I think they're growing very well. They're doing a lot. The only problem I've had with them recently is I feel like they're focusing a bit too much on ex-UFC fighters.
Mm-hmm.
More than just continuing to promote their own stars, because they generate some amazing superstars that the amazing talents, young talents that are coming up from Bellator. I think there's just a bit too much focus on the ex-UFC stars, and what that almost does, or for me, it kind of says that you're classing yourself as second best to, let's say the Premiership of MMA.
Yeah.
In UFC, and I just don't think we want to change people's minds and tell people, educate people and have them understand that UFC is just an organization. It's not the actual fighting style. There's so many people that, this is why mistakes like that happen, and people do call me a UFC fighter because they think that is the style itself. We kind of want to get away from that, but it is what it is. I still think they're doing well as a brand, and I'm kind of glad to be a part of that, their growth.
Yeah, see, we hear it all the time with people saying, like, do you train UFC and stuff like this?
It's normal.
Exactly.
I'll stop trying to, correct people. I'm just that's what I do.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I've seen some of the posts you put on Instagram with Daly, or Paul as you like to call him, but about how he's avoiding a fight with you. Like, were you frustrated that Bellator booked him against Larkin? I mean, if you could send a message to Daly, what would it be?
I genuinely have no interest in him anymore. It feels so pathetic, it's just unnecessarily dragged out. And yet he won a fight against Larkin, so good on him, and calls me out immediately, and then right after that says he's past that fight. So it just doesn't make sense to me. So I've switched off. I have no interest in the fight whatsoever. I'm just gonna try and get on with what I need to get on with in boxing and MMA myself on my own journey. If we cross paths, then that's when we cross paths. But I really don't have anything to say. And it was annoying that Bellator decided to match them two together. I felt I don't think he deserved that kind of caliber fight right after his shocking display in London O2.
Mm-hmm.
Or Wembley, should I say? Sorry.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. They gave it to him. He won the fight, and now, my question is, where does he go? Where does he go from here? But for me, I'm just not interested. Like I've asked for it like 3-4 times now, and it just feels like anything that he asks for, he gets. So I'm not gonna bother with it anymore.
Yeah, I see. So a statement we hear a lot is like, MVP is the only guy outside the UFC that I want in the UFC, and they always criticize the talent in Bellator and say you're fighting nobodies, and they always question how you do, like you said, if they call it the big league, so to speak. What do you say to the people that say that and say, how would he do in the UFC? He's fighting nobodies in Bellator.
The thing is, everyone, even the guys in the UFC, the amount of times you hear, you shouldn't have fought this person, you should have fought that person, or you shouldn't have. Everyone's got an idea of what the most positive steps that someone should be taking, or the correct steps that someone should be taking in their career. But the thing is, it's their career, and it's people are so fickle and so easy to forget. Like the amount of times I've heard now that since Aldo lost against Conor McGregor, that Aldo's crap, man, Aldo's rubbish. And I was like, what are you guys on about? This is where I think people are crazy to, you've seen one fight and you don't see the history. This guy had the belt for like 10 years or however long it was. He's an amazing champion. He loses once, everyone forgets how good he was.
Yeah.
But people then criticize who that person should be fighting. It's hard. It's from the outside looking in. There's so much more, politics and stuff behind things that people don't see. So it's best they just stop criticizing and just enjoy and just support instead of adding negativity. Just add, just support these people. If you like the style, just support it and encourage it. And then I'm sure on their journey, you'll get some big amazing fights.
Yeah.
So there's nothing more to. There's people. I just think people are so quick to criticize and they have no idea about the industry at all.
It's interesting you say that, because it's almost a case of you're almost as good as your last fight. And I think when you last fought Gonzalez and it was a split decision, people look at that. They don't look at the fight, not even watching the fight. They see split decision and they're like, "Oh, we almost lost to a guy." Like, this is what happens when you put them up against good people. It's a case of like the fans almost have short-term memory loss, so to speak.
100%. That's true, and that's exactly what it is. And I just find it crazy. Like you say, people. They just watch the last thing. I'm like, if you are a fan of somebody, just be a fan of them. You don't need to, regardless of what they're doing, just support them in their journey. I think that's one thing, especially the UK struggle to do. I think until we, certain talents get to the top, or whatever that is, that's when people kind of jump on the bandwagon. But on the way up, it just feels like people are trying to claw you down while you're trying to climb. So. But yeah, it's not like that. I'm used to that anyway. It's part and parcel of what we're doing. But at the same time, if I was to offer words to someone, like I said, like you asked, I'd say just support. Like, just be positive, just support, and enjoy the journey, and just enjoy the ride. Then they will, these big names will come across each other eventually. So it's not, don't be so impatient.
Okay, I see. So I don't know if you like to make. This is my last question, by the way. And I don't know if you like to make predictions. But if you could, how do you see yourself picking up the first boxing win on Friday against the guy that, I don't even think you know who he is at the moment, so you can't really say. But like, how do you win your first boxing fight on Friday night?
It is for me, it's difficult to say, because it kind of brings me back to my first MMA fight. Like, if you was to ask me that before my first MMA fight, I was shifting myself, and I genuinely didn't know how it was going to turn out, because it was just it's such new ground to me. Now, as much as you can do everything possible in your training, in your camp, but it's still the result. It changes when you're actually out there. When you're actually doing it. So, for me, I'm just gonna go out there and enjoy and see. Just basically prove to myself that I deserve to be able to be in boxing as well as MMA. I'm good enough to be in both arenas, and the only thing I can guarantee is I make things entertaining. I don't do it the conventional way. I'm not coming in to reinvent the wheel. I'm just coming to add a few new nuts and bolts on the wheel that already exists. Okay.
Thanks a lot for your time, Michael. It's good to finally speak to you. I wish you all the best on Friday, and hopefully you can speak again some point in the future.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. See you later. Have a good day.